assume break time, yeah, it's automatic. Automatically just goes to Wakasa's route. Break time begins. So there's a little break time scene with Wakasa. So in this timeline, just pretend that we've been doing a lot of scenes with him instead of everyone else. So he'll be visiting me this night. I open the door to find this dude.
やっほ、やっぱり起きてた。
Wakasa?
きっと眠れないでいるんじゃないかと思って来てみたんだけど、やっぱりね。
And I think I swear I read somewhere that apparently the voice actor for Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan is the same voice actor for Wakasa. So just think of Eren. Is it the same? I don't know. It's hard to tell. He needs to be angry, and yell about killing Titans. Then I can tell. Anyway, you were worried about me.
さあ、僕こう見えても意外に気を使うアイドルだったりするんだよね。なんて。本当はなんとなく一人でいたくない気分だったからなんだ。
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
じゃあ一緒だね。
There's just so much going on in my head right now, I wanted to talk to someone about it.
あるよね、そういうこと。そもそも今回のことなんて全然わからないことだらけだし、浦部さんが僕らのことあんな風に助けてくれようとしてたってことは、本当は裏切りたくなかったんだろうなとか。
Okay, this is when okay, it's funny because we keep going back and forth, but this is when Urube was ousted as a traitor, and then the hospital blew up, and now he's missing, and that sort of thing.
そんなこと考えちゃって。
Yeah.
もっと早く相談してくれればよかったのにとかさ。
I thought so too.
でもさ、それって結局僕らがそうさせてなかったのかもななんて反省もしたりして。
Maybe. It's not like there's any way to know now.
わかってる。だからさ、悔しい気持ちはあるけど、明日のゲームにまず勝たないとって、そう思って。
Wakasa.
それがさ、浦部さんのためにもなると思わない？
I think so. He gave us a second chance after all.
そう。だからさ、僕ら明日のアトラクションこそは失敗できないなって思ってる。
Yeah, thanks.
なんで俺、今僕自分の言いたいことを言っただけなんだけど。
I was thinking the same thing. It's nice to know I'm not alone.
同じ気持ちでいられることか。確かにそれって嬉しいことかもね。
Why?
素直な気持ちを言葉にするって難しいでしょ。君にだったらそうしてもいいって思えたから。だからありがとう。
Oh, wow. You're welcome. Doi tashimasu. Or is it itashimasu? Itashimasu? Atashimasu? Anyway, his smile was amazing, although I suppose I should have expected that from someone like him. He's a literal celebrity. We should probably get some sleep so we'll be ready tomorrow.
そうだね。それじゃあまた明日ね。
He gave my hand a friendly squeeze, then turned and left. Gosh, my heart's pounding. I feel better though. In this timeline, Saki just falls in love with the J-pop idol. Alright, time for me to get some sleep. Okay, I assume this is the same. Yep. I'll skip that. It makes me wonder actually, what happens if you... Because I do know, you see here, yeah, stage 4. There's like different routes depending on who you choose. In the beginning, what happens if you just don't choose anyone? What happens if you just don't get any affection with anyone? There doesn't seem to be a route for that. The Saki doesn't need no man route. I don't know if she has that. I don't think there is. I wonder if you get a game over, or do you just get maybe railroaded to like one particular route? I don't know. Anyway, I could barely lift my hand when I woke up, and my body felt too sore to even move. It's the same, I guess. Or rather, not the same. I guess I'm still warm from yesterday. I watched the sun rise through the window as I thought about everything that happened. We failed to complete Bloodstained Hospital. It blew up like Hogstein promised, and Urabe betrayed us. If Mitarashi hadn't protected me back there, I probably would have died. But now he's injured again. I'm starting to feel like all I do is get him hurt. While I lay resting on my guilt, my shoulder next to me. I wake you. Good morning. I'm going a little bit faster because this is technically the same, even though it's a different route, technically different dialogue, but pretty much the same.
Yeah, ohayo.
Except with him, I guess. Wakasa. Instead of a piglet, Wakasa stood on the other side of the door. He gave me a friendly smile.
調子はどうかなと思って来てみたんだけど。
I'm fine, thanks.
そっか、よかった。ねえ、僕今からみたらしさんの様子を見に行こうと思うんだけど、君も一緒に行かない？
Though I guess I'm thinking like before, like how like maybe there's a route where you show no affection to anyone, but I guess you're kind of forced to. Even with the stage 3, the last stage of part 3, I guess, or whatever, you have to choose someone in break time. You know, so I guess no matter what, you have to choose a route. Yeah, I've been worried.
さ、じゃあすぐに。
And I think there's no way. Well, I don't know. Is there like a way to make it so everyone has the same affection, like no matter what? I don't think that's a route either, though. Mai suddenly appeared at my elbow and squealed happily. I guess he's the famous pop idol. Oh, that's right. You didn't realize who he was yesterday? Oh yeah, it was kind of crazy back there. She must have been terrified. Even after we escaped, she was probably too exhausted to understand what was happening. Mai stared at him, her eyes wide, bouncing on her toes and grinning with excitement. Wakasa got down to her level and smiled brightly at her.
僕のこと知ってるの？嬉しいな。
How do you say that Japanese? It's like, you know, in English apparently it's junior boys, which is sounds like weird. You know, just repeating the name twice. But I guess in Japanese, like shonen, shodai, something was it? Because you say I guess you say junior in Japanese, but then you also say it in English. I guess in Japanese, if that makes sense. You know. I want to hear it. How you go back to? Yeah, this. Shonen. I think she says Shonen Jidai Junior. You know, Shonen Jidai Junior is what the name is in Japanese.
そっか。ありがとう、まいちゃん。
Hearing him say her name seemed to make her even happier. He suddenly started to fidget. What is it? You want to ask him something? It was rather sudden, but he nodded, not put out in the least.
いいよ。じゃあ一曲だけね。
Okay, did we actually get to hear him sing? I wonder. Mai grinned. Wakasa jumped onto the bed and posed dramatically. Okay, see why I don't know why we get to see his belly button. I don't know, it's a weird. I feel like that's like fan service, I guess. That's kind of weird fan service, his belly button. He smiled as he launched into a catchy pop tune, dancing to the beat right in front of us. No singing, you know, I want to hear some singing. It must have been one of Junior's Boys' most popular songs. Even I heard of it on TV before. He's also not like, well, it's kind of weird. Well, I guess you don't have to, but I feel like he's wearing like a coat, right? Then why are you wearing a shirt under that coat? Why are you just naked under that coat? It's weird. Anyway, his voice was clear and strong, and he didn't miss a beat dancing while singing. Wow, he's really good. When the song ended, Wakasa turned and gave a wink to Mai.
舞ちゃん聞いてくれてありがとう。
She had watched the performance in rapt attention. Now she nearly glowed with happiness. A huge smile crossed her face.
僕も久しぶりに歌えてすごく楽しかったよ。
So I guess we know that he's not the type of idol that lip syncs, I guess. He's an actual singer. Wow. I mean, I don't know if it matters. I'll just say you're an amazing singer. You're an amazing singer. Wow. Heart.
そりゃアイドルだもん当然でしょ。
Idol. But I thought performers just lip sync? Yeah, that's why. I mean, some of them do.
そういう人もいるけど、僕らはテレビに出る時もちゃんと歌ってるよ。だってせっかくステージが用意されてるのに口パクなんてもったいないでしょ。
When he's confident about himself, his smile is pretty charming. I never thought about it before, but he really is a pop star. Kind of awesome, you know?
どうしたの急に。
Look at Mai, she's over the moon. I think it's great when you're able to make someone smile like that. Wakasa nodded.
だって僕そのためにアイドルになったんだもん。みんなを笑顔にするのは僕の一番の仕事だからね。
I mean, yeah, I feel like this really is gonna be a dive into the idol industry. Maybe, I don't know.
でも
He trailed off, his expression clouded. That was strange.
ねえ、そろそろみたらしさんの様子を見に行こうよ。僕そのために呼びに来たんだし。
Well, I wonder if that's gonna be a thing, you know? Because the idol industry is actually kind of fricked up, you know? It's actually very exploitative. It's a very exploitative industry. Though I don't know, I don't have much experience, or not really experience, but I didn't do a lot of research on the male idol industry. I don't know if it's any different. Probably very similar, you know? No. Alright, do you want to come with us, Mai?
よし、じゃあ3人で行こ
Oh, can you wait a couple minutes? We need to get ready.
う。じゃあ僕廊下で待ってる。ついでに朝ごはんはみたらしさんの部屋で食べるって黒子に言っとくから。
Good idea, thanks. Let's go get dressed now, alright? I hope Mitarashi isn't hurt too bad. It's a cutthroat business, you know, being an idol.
みたらしさん、おはよう。
You can be like replaced in a second, is the thing. So,
おう、お前らか。
it's a very harsh industry. Hey, good morning.
おはよう、お兄ちゃん。
朝っぱらから元気だな。お、今度誰だ？
Oh, it's probably a piglet of our breakfast. Is it okay that we eat here with you?
ああ、飯はみんなで一緒に食った方がうまいからな。おい、入っていいぞ。
Is food boring if you eat alone? I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I don't think food is boring if you eat it alone. You know, I would like a slice of pizza. I don't think a slice of pizza, for example, is all that boring if you eat it alone. The pizza is still pizza, is all I'm saying. The piglet entered the room, placed our food around the table, and quickly left. Time to eat. Itadakimasu. As I dug into my breakfast, I snuck a look at Mitarashi. He definitely still had an appetite, judging by the way he wolfed down everything in front of him. Thanks for saving me yesterday, by the way.
気にすんな。お前が無事でよかったぜ。
Did you get hurt badly?
あ、黒子にしっかり手当てしてもらったからな。心配いらねえよ。
Okay, so I'm trying to think. Mitarashi saved Saki from the arrow, right? From the very beginning of the route, or beginning of the game, whatever. But I guess this time when the hospital exploded, instead of Shido saving us, and instead of Meoshi, you know, in Meoshi's route, Meoshi saves us. Shido, in Shido's route, he saved us. But technically, in Wakasa's route, Mitarashi saved us, I guess? I don't know how that works. You would think Wakasa would be the one diving in front of the explosion to save Saki, maybe? But I guess not. Oh, good. Get better soon, okay?
おうよ、
But maybe it's for plot reasons. You know, I wonder, like, maybe he's now even more injured, so he'll be more out of action or something. Well, I turned to grin at Wakasa when I noticed he stopped eating, an unusually serious look on his face. What is it? Something wrong? He abruptly looked over to the bed.
みたらしさん、ごめんね。
あ？どうしたんだよ急に。
昨日、サキちゃんの一番近くにいたのは僕だったのに、足がすくんで、
Ah,
全
okay.
然動けなかった。
They do refer to what happened. We might have seen that scene if I, start a little bit earlier in the route, but again, I really didn't want to go through all the same scenes all over again, just to see a little bit of differences. But that's the difference, I guess. Like, I guess to highlight how Wakasa is a bit of a coward, actually. Compared to everyone else, he is also pretty scared of the situation, so I guess that's what happened. He was about to, dive in front of Saki to help her, but I guess he didn't do it.
もし僕が動けてたら、みたらしさんもこんな怪我なんてしなくて済んだかもしれない。
His face tightened as he looked down his plate. Wakasa. Mitarashi lightly cuffed him on the head. Ow.
言ってんだ。考えすぎだろ。
そんなことないよ。僕が弱虫だったからこんなことに。
弱虫。お前、自分のことをそんな風に思ってんのか？
僕、みたらしさんみたいに強くなりたいよ。怯えたり怖がったりしないで、何にでも立ち向かっていける力が欲しい。弱虫な自分にさよならしたいんだ。
若さ。
どうしたらみたらしさんみたいに強くなれるのかな？
Well, first, you gotta eat a lot of protein, and then you gotta go to the gym. Gotta do some bench press, I guess. I don't know. Wakasa was practically pleading with him, his eyes hopeful.
強くか。俺だって昔は結構弱虫だったんだぜ。
そうなの？
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You came out of the womb with giant muscles. You came out of the womb doing like bicep curls. That's how it works, right?
はあ、そうさ。最初から強いやつなんて言いやしねえよ。ただ、強さってのは誰かの笑顔を守るためにどれだけ自分が頑張れるかじゃねえかな。
Damnedest? Is that how you spell that? Damnedest? I guess it's true. I don't know. I have no idea. Is that how you spell that? Damnedest. It looks weird to me.
男の強さってのはそういうもんだと思うぜ。
誰かの笑顔を守る。
ああ、お前そういう相手はいるか？何があっても守ってやりたいって思うような相手は。
Someone you die for? I guess if you have max social link, someone that's what you would have. That's what you would do.
どうだろう。みたらしさんにはそんな人はいるの？
あ？俺か？俺にとっちゃ大事なのは店に来る客の女たちだな。あいつらがいなきゃ俺の商売上がったりだ。
え？
Mitarashi, what are you saying? It was hard to tell if he was joking or totally serious. It's kind of, well, the thing is about being a host at a host club, the only reason you're being nice to the clients is for the money. So usually you wouldn't be emotionally attached to anyone, but I don't know.
とにかく
Maybe it's different from
僕
Mitarashi.
が強くなるために、誰かを守るために頑張るところから始めてみる。
あ、努力しねえと何も変わらねえからな。頑張れよ、とわ。
Hawa. Saying his first name. Wakasa grinned at the use of his first name.
強くなれるように頑張るよ、流星さん。
I hope you find someone you want to make happy. It's totally not Saki. Just like she's saying that
とわくん頑張って。
completely oblivious that this is the Wakasa route.
ありがとう、二人とも。
Just then, Shido, Shirabe, and Meoshi entered the room.
お前たちもここに来てたのか。
うん、流星さんと一緒に朝ごはん食べようと思ってさ。
そうか。それで怪我の具合はどうだ？
なあ、これくらいなんでもねえよ。ほら、この通り。
おいおい、無理するんじゃない。その状態じゃ歩くことはできても走ったりはできんだろう。
無理されても足手まといになるだけだと思う。
ああ、
おい、朝っぱらから喧嘩するんじゃない。そうだな。無理をして怪我が悪化したら元も子もない。みたらし流星、お前は今日一日休んでいろ。ゲーム。
何言ってんだよ。俺も。
This looks, yeah, this just seems.
ゲームは今日で終わりじゃない。明日のためにも今日は休んどけ。マイ、
This kind of just loops back
流
to,
星
you
お
know,
兄ちゃんと留守番できるか？
to like scenes that have happened already in the other routes. So it seems like in all the routes, it's always a little bit the same in the beginning, in some ways. Oh, she gave him a tiny nod, nervous of being given an order by her father.
マジかよ。こんな可愛い子が看病してくれるなら無理できねえな。
そうだよ流星さん、今日は僕に任せてよ。
Wakasa sounded like he was trying to convince himself. Mitarashi shrugged and leaned back with a wry grin.
分かった分かった。じゃあ俺の分までお前が活躍してきてくれよ。
But then there's like different dialogue though, depending on who the focus of the story is. Getting more with Wakasa as opposed to in the other routes,
よし、
obviously.
決まりだな。今日は俺たち5人でゲームに挑むぞ。
Right.
僕頑張れよ。
He clenched his fists as if he was making himself a promise. We entered the plaza and Hogstein was already on the screen waiting for us. His tone made me want to punch something, but instead I just ground my teeth and kept quiet.
みたらし流星の一時戦線離脱を認めてもらいたい。怪我で弱っている人間がいてもゲームがつまらなくなるだけだろう。
Oh. Suddenly the world darkened and the ground appeared to tilt. Arms reached to hold me up and I turned to see Wakasa. Oh, we're gonna get fever again. Same thing as Miyoshi's route.
どうしたの？
Oh, sorry, I just got lightheaded. What's going on? Again, in this timeline we
昨日の
get a
疲れ
fever
が
again.
まだ抜けてないんじゃない？あんまり無理しないでね。
Maybe you're right. Thanks.
心配するのは当たり前だよ。女の子は笑顔が一番なんだから。
I stumbled to a bench nearby to sit down. I could hear the others talking, but not what they were saying. I wonder what's going on. Phew, I think sitting helped. After keeping my eyes closed for a while and breathing deep, I felt the dizziness leave. I hurried back to join the group. Sorry about that.
ふざけるな。そんな条件があるか。
人の命を何だと思ってるんだ。
Everyone was yelling angrily at the screen. Oh gosh, what did I miss? Probably the same stipulation as
体
before.
は大丈夫。
Every time, we always say, oh, we would like to go with 5 people instead of 6. And he always gives a restriction, I guess. Yeah, I'm good now. Just what happened?
流星さんが戦線離脱することはワルド部も認めたんだけど、今後ゲームのクリアに失敗するごとに
Yep,
人質を一人ずつ始末するって言い出したんだ。
same as before. Nani?
何か言おうにも通信を切っちゃって、あいつ僕たちの言うことを聞くつもりなんてまるでないんだ。
落ち着こう。俺たちはどのみちクリアに失敗できないんだ。これまでとやることは変わらないさ。
そうだよね。クリアすれば今までと同じだよね。弱気になっちゃいけない。
Right. I agree with them both, but I couldn't stop myself from worrying. Alright. You're gonna play the same games though? I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, I imagine it wouldn't be exactly like all the other routes, but I'm just wondering, like, how would they mix it up? I know Meoshi's route really changed things up, and Shido's route was focused on finishing the games and everything. I wonder what happens in Wakasa's route? Is it gonna be completely different? Maybe very similar? I don't know. Well, before long, we arrive at our destination, the shooting colony.
それで今日のアトラクションの内容だが、とそういえばみたらしがいないんだったな。
大丈夫。聞いてきたから。
そうか。助かった。
I'm gonna go a little bit faster because we've already seen this already. It's like he explains this in Moonlight. Oh wait,
本当にもう大丈夫なの？
this is different.
なんだかちょっと顔色が悪いけど。
Wakasa spoke quietly to me while Miyoshi explained the attraction. Huh? I am. I feel fine, mostly.
それならいいけど、もし辛かったら声かけてね。
I will, thanks. That was rather sweet of him. Miyoshi finished talking and I realized I missed the whole thing.
ここから先は5人での戦いだ。相当過酷な状況になることは間違いない。気を抜くなよ。
It is interesting though, because when you do different routes, you kind of actually miss some information that you see in other routes. You know, it kind of, you can kind of put the pieces together. I imagine once you played every single route, you know. But they gave us this chance, we have to do our best. We looked around each other and nodded. As we approached the entrance, I felt like we'd stepped onto the moon. The building towered over a bunch of craters. Oxu. Not OX, I guess Ox. Like literally the Ox. I'm saying OX. A piglet appeared, gesturing wildly at us.
何言ってんのかな。
Maybe he wants to get on those. He wants us to get on those spaceships. Off to the side were several spaceships, just like the ones we see in the movies.
どうやら2人1組になれと言っているようだな。
でも僕たち5人だよ。1人余っちゃう。
残ったやつは1人で乗るしかないな。
よし。じゃあ組み分けをするか。
For some reason, Wakasa looked straight at me.
ね、僕と一緒に乗らない？
Yeah, this is usually when someone else asks Saki, and then Wakasa chimes in and says, "No, he wants to be with Saki or whatever." But this time, there's no competition. What? Why me?
ほら、この中で一番弱いのは女の子の君だから。僕が守ってあげる。
Oh, that's right. Mitarashi told him to try looking out for someone. He was taking that advice to heart, and it made me happy to see him so determined. You can do it, Wakasa. Okay, save. I don't know. I keep making a lot of save. I mean, just in case. For example, the game crashes, out of nowhere. You can say, okay, I'll go with you, or I'm counting on you. I don't know which one is better. I'll just say, counting on you? Counting on you. A tiny, shy smile appeared on his face. Alright.
もちろんだよ。僕と一緒にいれば絶対安全だから。任せて。
Alright.
よし。じゃあ若さとお嬢ちゃんは決まりでいいな。あとはどうする？
俺が1人で乗る。刑事として民間人を自分以上の危険にさらすことはできない。
そうか。じゃあすまんが頼む。メオシ、俺と一緒に乗ろうぜ。
Interesting, because in the other route, Meoshi was solo. Now Shido is solo instead.
誰と乗っても同じだし。
Maybe he wants us to hurry.
よし、行こうよ。
We'll do this together. We climb on board 3 ships, each pair in one, and Shido alone. Here we go. As soon as we sat down, each ship lurched forward in a separate direction. Oh, the paths were splitting up. I thought we were all going together.
大丈夫だよ。君のことは僕が守るから安心してて。
Are you any good at shooting stuff? Because we're gonna be shooting things. I don't know if either of us is good at shooting stuff. Okay. Now that he set a goal for himself, he seemed really fired
こ
up.
の小型艇ってどうやって操縦するのかな。やった。
Wakasa spun the steering wheel and the whole spaceship turned in response.
ごめんね。ほら、このハンドルで向きを変えられるみたいだよ。
Let me see. I filled with the wheel and discovered we could turn the ship 360 degrees.
こっちの銃みたいなのは。わ、すごい。レーザーガンが撃てるんだ。
Laser is so happy that shoots lasers.
コロニー総照度 56%。 搭乗員は脱出ゲートを目指し速やかに避難してください。
ここから脱出できたらゲームクリアってことになるのかな。
Probably. The moment the announcement finished, the cockpit display began to flicker to life. Oh, is this a map? Looks like the exit is to the left.
よし、行こう。敵が出てきても。
You guys always take the gun.
倒してやる
Why
よ。
does Saki never get the gun, you know? I always shoot the gun. I'll leave the steering to me then. A big grin split his face as he eagerly grabbed the handle of the gun. He's acting like a kid in the candy store. He's obviously having a blast. Wish I could say the same. I was happy to see him having fun, even if it was in the middle of a dangerous situation. Suddenly, my sight turned blurry for a second. I found that, what? I feel kind of dizzy. It's happened before too. What's going on?
どうかしたの？ぼんやりしちゃって。
Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking you looked like you were enjoying this. He nodded vigorously.
僕ね、小さい頃からずっと芸能界で働いてたから。すごく忙しくて、こういう遊園地なんてロケ以外で来たことないんだ。
Really? So this is your first time doing something like this?
だからすっごくワクワクする。って、うわっ！
A gross-looking alien had appeared in front of the Wakasa. Is he gross? I mean, he has a big nose, I guess. His eyes glowed, and a similar light came from a jewel on its forehead. Watch out!
こいつ、くらえ！
Nope, that didn't work.
外れちゃった。
He missed entirely. Shoot it again!
よし、照準をもっと右に。
Ah! The alien shot at our ship, rocking it violently.
そう、次こそは。えい！当たった！
The laser from the gun hit the alien square in the middle of its chest, but it didn't seem to do anything.
大の青い宝石を撃つんだ。
Miyoshi of the backseating once again? What? Miyoshi's voice came from the speakers in the cockpit. We could hear the others. The jewel.
そう、小型艇にも同じ宝石がついてる。こっちもそれに当てられたら、おそらく撃墜されるんだと思う。
Really? Actually, I don't remember that rule the last time we played this game, you know, in the other timelines. No one said about a jewel in our ship. Oh, we can't let them beat us. Wakasa, shoot at that jewel.
わかった。当たれ！
The laser struck its forehead and the jewel turned red.
当たった！
Hooray! Accompanied by the sound of an explosion, the alien toppled to the ground.
どうした？
We did it. Relieved, we grinned at each other. We grinned at each other. But we can't let our guard down yet. The ship advanced along the track until the path split in two. Which way should we go?
僕はどっちでも OK だよ。
Huh? He wants me to make the decision? We should probably choose together since we're a team.
そっか。いつもどうしたらいいかってマネージャーが決めてくれてたから。
Is that why you always just let everyone else decide everything? What?
そう。だから僕、自分で何かを決めることってほとんどないんだ。
You're kidding. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
でも、ここにはマネージャーはいないんだし、 僕が自分で決めなくちゃいけないのかな。
Come to think of it, it was always Shido or Shidobe who told us what to do before. It's like, you have a choice, do it yourself, or let's decide together. I mean, let's decide together, I guess. Let's choose a path as a team that skate together.
そうだよね。一緒に決めよう。
Art. The smile he gave me then was so dazzling I stopped breathing for a second. He started to do things on his own. I'm glad.
僕頑張るからね。
I must have been staring because the tips of his ears turned pink and he looked away quickly.
マップを見ると右が脱出ゲートに近いみたいだし、いいと思うんだけど。
It looks like there are more lights down that way. I think we should go that direction too. Our choices in agreement, we turn to go down the path on the right.
それにしても自分で何かを決めるってなんだかドキドキするね。
You think so? I never thought about it myself. We're probably just not used to taking chances.
だといいんだけど、僕ね、大きな決断っていうのは自分がするものじゃない。誰かがきっと決めてくれるって思ってた。
You know, I guess he's a pop idol, but he feels more like a child actor. You know how like a lot of like, not a lot, but like, you know, some kids, they just grow up to be celebrities, and that's the only life that they know. You know, that kind of makes them, I feel like anyway, kind of makes them out of touch with other people when that happens to
それじゃ
someone.
ダメなんだよね。僕、今まで何やってたんだろう。
I don't think it's your fault. No one ever let you do anything on your own, so of course you think that way.
そうかな。
It's not too late to try.
そうだね。僕、君と一緒だったら何でもできるような気がする。
He was smiling again. It was so infectious, I couldn't help but smile back. Or at least, you know, child actors, like, I guess not all child actors end up being famous, but the famous ones, like, you know, the ones that kind of just like blow up and become sort of like career actors because of their parents. You know, usually the parents kind of force the child to act because, you know, it's not like they had a choice in the first place, and so their whole life revolves around that career, but the one career that they never even really chose for themselves. So, kind of like that. Anyway, another alien suddenly popped up on the left side of the ship. Shoot it! Now! I quickly spun the ship to the left. This time, his shot was a bullseye, striking the jewel dead center.
やった！一発だ！
You did it! We grabbed onto each other and did a little dance of glee. There's not a lot of room to dance in the ship, I imagine, though. If we keep working together like this, we can beat the game. Huh? I didn't know if it was all the spinning earlier, but I suddenly felt nauseous. And then I vomit all over his face. Now,
どうかしたの？
blah. I slumped over the dashboard, too dizzy to hold myself upright.
どうしたの？しっかりして！
Wakasa peered at my face closely and gasped.
すごい汗。ちょっとごめんね。
The palm of his hand touched my forehead. His hand's cold. Feels good.
熱があるじゃない。どうして今まで黙ってたの？
I am?
気づかなかったって。さっきから体調悪そうだったけど。くそ。もっと早く僕が気づいてれば。
Not again. Are we gonna get princess carried by Wakasa? You know? Just like Meoshi? I'm okay, really. Just a little dizzy. My voice trailed off. Wakasa was so focused on me that he couldn't see the alien that appeared behind him. Oh, look out! I scrambled to cover him. Ah! The bullet struck me hard in the back.
サキちゃん！
Ugh. Intense pain radiated out from the spot I was hit. The world flickered, dimmed. He dove for the gun, but the alien was faster. Its aim was true and the bullet hit the jewel on our spaceship. Now once again we lose this game, however. The ship bucked and shuddered violently, throwing me to the ground. I slammed into a wall. Ugh.
シールド損傷を確認。ゲームオーバーです。
The cruel announcement ended, and our ship slowed to a stop on the track.
嘘だ。ゲームオーバーだなんて。
We failed? The alien that attacked us was gone, and it was suddenly dead silent.
そんな。
Ah, pain skittered across my back, and I couldn't hold back a moan.
大丈夫。くそ。僕のせいだ。僕が隙を見せちゃったから。
おい、どうした？何かあったのか？
The radio crackled, but couldn't disguise the concern in Shirabe's voice. He must have realized something was wrong.
調べた。サキちゃんが大変なんだ。熱がひどくて、それにエイリアンに撃たれて。
なんだと？おい、若さ、もっと詳しく。
調べた。ね、どうしちゃったの？
The connection cut off as the line went dead.
どうしよう。僕はどうしたら。
Don't worry, it's not your fault. I wanted to speak, but couldn't seem to get my voice to work. Oh, hee hee hee.
ワルド部。ねえワルド部、僕たちを外に出して。このままじゃサキちゃんの具合がどんどん悪くなっちゃうよ。そんな。
Miyoshi, however, ignored that warning and, left the game anyway. I wonder what Wakasa will do. Tears threatened to fall as he desperately begged. Hogstein ignored them.
お願い、何でもするからサキちゃんを助けてよ。
Nandemo?
何でもする。だからお願い。本当に。
Uh-oh. Whatever he used to communicate cut off. What is he gonna make Wakasa do? Even with the pain overwhelming my senses, I felt nervous about trusting Hogstein after everything he'd done so far.
しっかりして。これで助かるよ。
Don't worry. Two piglets came running over out of the darkness. They gently lift me out of the ship and secure me in the stretcher they brought. Ah,
大丈夫。痛い。
I'm okay.
僕も一緒に。
Let's get... Oh,
一緒に行くよ。
I don't know why I read that. It's Wakasa saying. The piglets carry me out of the attraction, Wakasa close behind. The sun outside was so bright, my first reaction was to squint against it.
苦しい。大丈夫。痛かったらすぐに行ってね。
So this time Wakasa, Wakasa did not break any rules to get Saki out. So apparently, she doesn't get a fever in Shido's route for some reason, but gets a fever here. I wonder if there's any reason for that. Is it the food she ate, I wonder? Like maybe you choose the wrong food, or not the wrong food necessarily, but like different food, one might not sit well in the stomach. I don't know. Anyway. But then again, well, the choice to get food was in the very beginning of the game. I don't know, anyway. He held it close to my shoulder as I was carried across the park. It's kind of sweet of him to be so concerned. Hey, Wakasa.
何？どうかした？
I'm sorry, it's my fault. We got a game over?
そんなことないよ。僕こそ不注意で君に怪我させちゃって。ごめん。君のこと守るってあんな大見え切ったのにこんなことになっちゃって悔しい。本当に悔しいよ。
He looked down, face clenched and mouth a narrow line. It seemed like he was more upset about me getting hurt than he was about losing the game. The stretcher swayed gently as the piglets continued to transport me away. We entered Castle Hogstein and it looked exactly as I remembered. Of course, all I could see for a while was the huge chandelier dangling from the ceiling, until the piglets took me off the stretcher. Thank you. They waved as if to say I shouldn't worry and left.
大丈夫起きられる
I think so.
無理しないでゆっくりね
He supported me as I slowly struggled to get up.
無理しないでいいよここに座ってて
Thanks. The slightest shift of my body sent pain shooting through it. I gave up trying to stand and just stayed seated on the floor. On the other end of the room, on the throne, sat Hogstein. He cackled darkly, his belly jiggling. I could see Wakasa shaking next to me. He looks really scared. He gave Hogstein a glare. Maybe his determination to change was strengthening his resolve a bit.
どうして僕たちをここに連れてきたんだよ
私はどうしたあなたをお招きしたのは他でもありませんあなたにお願いがあるからです
お願い
Knowing him is probably just a trap. Be careful, okay? Even groggy, I didn't trust him further than I could throw him. Wakasa nodded in agreement and turned resolutely back to
お
Hogstein.
願いって何
私はどうしたあなた裏切り者になりませんか
How do you feel about being the new trader?
え
He wouldn't.
どういうことだよそれ
実は裏で君まろさんがいなくなってちょうど困っていたところなんですもし手伝ってくれるのでしたら彼女の怪我を手当てして差し上げましょういかがです
The Count's beady eyes bored into Wakasa. He was obviously enjoying himself.
怪我の手当てを
いかがですあんなに苦しんでいる彼女を助けたいと思いませんか
それはそうだけどでもやっぱりダメだよ僕にはみんなを裏切るなんてできないよ
それでは彼女を見つけるとひどい人ですね
それは
あなたは何でもすると言ったはずですもし私のお願いを断るのでしたらもう一度アトラクションに戻ってもらいます
そんなひどいよせっかく出てきたのに
熱を出しているだけならまだしもエイリアンの攻撃で怪我もしているみたいですが大丈夫ですか
Yeah, she'll just sleep it off. Don't worry about it. Just sleep off the rubber bullet in her back, I assume. I don't know where did you get. I think she got hit in the back, right? And I remember when Shido, I think he got hit by the same rubber bullet. It was like a really big bruise on his back. So I imagine that's not really helping things on top of her fever. So that particular point brought an agonized look to his face. Don't do what he says. I struggled to speak, to warn him, but my voice felt stuck in my throat. The only thing that came out was a painful sounding moan. Wakasa's head whipped around, his eyes wide. Well, that just made it worse. Hogstein's own eyes glittered with amusement. Wakasa's shoulders slumped. It was obvious he was starting to collapse under the strain.
ねえ裏切るって僕に何をさせるつもりなの
何大したことじゃありませんゲームがもっと面白くなるように混乱するようなことを言ってもらったりちょっと間違ってもらったりするだけです
そんな
別に強引にクリアを失敗させたりはしなくていいんですその程度なら気も咎めないでしょ
He was phrasing it to downplay the worst parts so Wakasa wouldn't feel as
ち
guilty.
ょっと間違えるだけ
Just a few mistakes.
そうだよね僕一人が間違ったってみんなが頑張ればそれに怪我の手当てもしてもらえるんだし許されるよね
No, don't let him get to you. Say no! I tried to will him to look at me, to hear what I was shouting to him in my head, my telepathy, even though there's no telepathy at all. But he was completely focused on Hogstein. He was seduced by the pig, the dark side. When he becomes the new apprentice to the Sith Lord. His expression was partially hidden from me, but judging by the tone in his voice, he's enjoying this. What a jerk! Wakasa looked like he'd been debating with himself, agonizing over his choice. He suddenly strained with a determined expression.
決めたよ僕は 裏切り者になる。
Banzai! Uraragimono! Oh no. Saki knows now, however. Isn't the whole point of a traitor is that nobody knows about the fact that he is a traitor? I moved to stop him, but a sharp pain jolted up my spine and I collapsed. No, you can't do it, Wakasa. The pain dragged me down into unconsciousness. Oh, and here's this thing again, this dream. I assume it's the same, so I will skip this. Whee! There you go. Stage 5.